Are you first now?
Yeah.
Good, good. I guess my parents finally donated, and I was like, thanks, Mom and Dad. I'm not last.
So ultimately, we raised $7,506 for the ALS Association Georgia chapter.
So after we decided to do the 50-mile walk, but one of the ways that we thought would be a cool way to engage our community was to have, in the 50 days leading up to the walk, have people walk 1 mile. We really were able to keep ALS and research for treatment out in front of people around the country.
Let's get to walking.
It was really neat on the day of the walk, how many people were asking, like, what the heck are you guys doing? We were able to explain to them raising awareness and resources for ALS.
Totally surprised at the number of people who stopped us as we walked.
Yeah.
That was fun.
It's because we look like idiots, though.
Look like idiots and probably are idiots, but for a good cause.
You know, what time is it?
5:40 something.
That morning, I was really thankful for the weather we had. The day before, it was 96 degrees.
Stop number 1. We made it.
And the high the day we walked was 77 maybe, 76. And so it was kind of one of those things, we were just really blessed with the weather.
The support stations that we had were incredibly emotional and just amazing to walk up on and see people take time out of their Saturdays. And as I became physically exhausted, my emotions were just showing more and more, and it was harder to contain just my appreciation for the people who gave up so much time and energy and effort to come support us in this walk.
It's one of the things we joked about along the way was the difference in how we treated the support people on the early stations versus the later stations. So early on we were feeling great, and it was kind of like, you know, don't trouble yourself, we can take care of ourselves and it's good. And kind of as the day progressed, more and more, we were a lot more demanding, I'll put it that way. We were a lot more demanding of them. And everybody from the beginning to the end, they were just incredible. We would absolutely not have made it halfway if it wasn't for these people.
At the halfway point, we got 25 miles in. After that, it became a grind. Just got harder and harder each step and each mile. I think we kind of expected to get to a point where there would be 10 or so miles left, and we would think, this will be no problem. There's only 10 miles to go. We've already done 40, but in reality, those 10 miles were the hardest, and ultimately I walked 44 miles, 43.7 miles, and came up a little short, but still have some knee pain 2 weeks later, so I'm feeling okay about that decision.
We started at 4 o'clock in the morning, so it was dark, and we had really the whole road to ourselves, and we were able to spend really the first 5 or 6 hours of the walk like talking and conversing and kind of sharing life stories, and that was by far the best part of the walk. If we ever do it again, I'm not saying we will, but if we ever do it again, we will look at a route where we can maintain the ability to do that. We kind of lost that camaraderie, and it takes you have the physical pain, but then you also don't have a ton of support from each other because you're single file and there's cars going by, and you can't have that kind of communication.
Road noise was rough for about the last 12 hours, and so we kind of anticipated being able to talk the whole way, and then also to be able to listen to music or a podcast or something. And what we found was that we needed to kind of be on high alert for cars. We're just in our own heads for a very long period of time, so it was a long 12 hours of silence. We thought we were going to get a fresh wind 10 miles out, and that fresh wind didn't really come until about a half a mile out, honestly. But once we were a half a mile out, it kicked in a big way, and we picked up the pace, and we're just ready to get it done. It was about 12:15 in the morning, 12:30, and we came around the corner in the parking lot and saw the big group of people here waiting for us and cheering us on into the finish line. That was a really special moment. The finish line, so to speak, was touching the front door of Displayit here behind us, and that was really cool. I'll tell you what, the late night dinner and the shower was a welcome event.
We couldn't have done it without all the support that we had from the people who came out to support us during the walk. And a special shout out to Kayla. She organized the whole support team and made sure all the timing was perfect. I made sure all the handoffs happened. She did a fantastic job above and beyond. It was incredible, her sacrifice that she had to give that day. And everybody who contributed to ALS, to our fund, and everybody who supported us through thoughts and prayers, thank you very much, because we felt the prayers and we felt the thoughts during the walk. It really allowed us to continue and to press on to our goal. So it was very, very, very good. So thank you, everybody.